Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I want to speak about Eternal Crusade, and I want to speak about something that has been bothering me for the last couple of weeks, to be completely fair. Last couple of weeks, maybe even months, to be fair. Basically, as most of you will know, the game came out way earlier than it should have done. I have no idea why. I'm convinced that it was higher ups in the industry who made it come out the way it was. But anyway, all that's aside now. It's out. That's happened. You can't really. We have to go forth from that, and we have to build upon. Actually, build upon that. So there's no point of crying over spilt milk. Now, the point I want to try and get across is that Space Marines are the most popular faction in this game at the moment. That was always going to be the case, even if the game launched on a platform of amazing success. Space Marines were always going to be the main population. This is why I look forward to the free-to war aspect that they had in the beginning. That new people would come into the game by playing orcs as a free-to-play race, which would make sense because orcs are the horde in Warhammer 40K. Well, horde, orcs and Tyranids. But in this game, it would make completely sense since orcs will just have the numbers. But we didn't get that because they slung the 3-2 war out the window. I have no idea why. Again, it may have been the higher ups that came to that decision, but 3-2 war is out. Now, we're left with a big problem now, especially if you're trying to play this game in a group, which I'll come back to in a second. But at the moment, there is a very, very low player population because the game has got a lot of stick for being bugger, the lag, the optimization. Some of the gameplay mechanics people don't favour. You know, there's a whole mountain of issues with the game. If you go over to the Steam reviews, you'll probably see some of the reviews and backlash what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into detail or anything like that because there's quite a lot of backlash for the game. Some of it is deserved, some of it is not deserved, because a lot of these people who have left reviews have only played the game for like a couple of hours, which, to be completely fair, you at least need to invest like 15 hours into this game before you can really start enjoying it, start unlocking customization, weapons and stuff like that. But, you know, I can understand with some of the other issues where the game wasn't even fully optimized, there was bugs and all that crap in it, so I can completely understand the negative reviews coming from that. But anyway, now we're left with a game which population, to be quite frank, is down. It is way, way down. It is way down than it should be. Now, this leaves a problem for people like myself and other groups, because when we're trying to get into games, there's basically a new, I'm going to say algorithm, I'm not sure that's the right word to use, but anyway, there's a new system they've used where if you're in a group now, it's harder to find matches. Now, this match where what you're seeing in the background now, me and my friend Marcosian queued up for this, okay? We were waiting 15 minutes. This is two people. 15 minutes to get into this match. And at the end of the match, you'll see it doesn't last longer than, I think it's 9 minutes. 9 minutes? Yeah, about 9 minutes. So you're queuing longer for matches at the moment. And that's just two people. Last night, I had a squad of 5 people. And we were waiting 20 minutes. We had to cancel it in the end. We just got bored. It was like, screw it. Let's leave. Let's go and play something else. 20 minutes just to get into one match. Now, when you approach this from the view where I run a chapter, okay? So I run a big gaming chapter. It's Vigila Mortis. I run that chapter. There's other chapters out there: Mad Nomads, Ultra Guys, yeah, all other Space Marine chapters, PG, all other Space Marine chapters. Now, in my perfect scenario, right, I would love to deploy 30 people into this game. 30 is the max people you can get into this game, okay, if you do a war party. And at the moment, you can't do it. You cannot do it. For the last 2 VM events, which we've tried to do big 30-man war parties, and we've been waiting 30 minutes plus, and we just can't get into games. We just cannot get into games, and it's so... It's quite upsetting in a way, because, you know, we're investing our time into this game, and there just isn't the player base out there to fight. And I know there's a subject on the forums now where you can sign your guild up and stuff like that, and you basically have to plan. What they're saying is that they want you to plan matches with other people and they'll lock servers off, which I don't fully agree with that. I can get behind, you know, they're trying to motivate people to have these guild versus guild matches, but it's just one of these things where, you know, I have to invest more of my time going out finding people to play the game, where really the player base should be there for me to play in. You know, it's just another brick wall people are climbing over, and it's only working for people like me and the other guilds because we're dedicated towards the game. If you're trying to get these new people in and they want to play with 5 friends, imagine buying this game, right, and you and 4 friends want to come and play this game, and you're waiting 20 odd minutes to get in the game. It's not really going to be the top of your priorities to come back and to play this game, in my fair opinion. So something needs to be done. Something drastic needs to be done, and I've got a couple of ideas, and I'm going to speak about them. Hopefully the devs might even watch this video and agree. If you don't agree, just give me a shout. If you've got better ideas, again, post it in the comments and we can get to it. So let's jump in and I'll discuss my ideas. Okay, so the first thing I would like to see, and I really do think that this would fix a lot of the queuing issues. I may be wrong, but personally I think it would fix a lot of the queuing issues, is add multiple factions on the same map. We know now that we can have 30 versus 30 in this game. So those are normally fortress games where you have a team of 30 against another team of 30 attacking or defending the fortress. Now, why not split that up and have 15 v15 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 all on the same map? I don't know if anyone's ever played a game mode called King of the Hill. I play Arma 3 a lot, and there's a game mode in there called King of the Hill. Now, basically what that involves is that there's one point on the map, or there's one area on the map where you have to go. The more people you have in that said area, the more your, let's say, resource goes up. So think of it, you have 4 bars on the map, okay? An Orc bar, a Space Marine bar, a Chaos bar, and an Eldar bar. The first person to fill that bar up with resources or whatever, or capture points, whatever, wins the match. And I think that would be quite a cool scenario to get these big epic battles that we keep going on about, but also split it up where everyone's getting in the game as well, because once you have 4 factions on the same map, the dynamics completely change. You can then start maybe organising stuff with other guilds outside of the said battles. Like, for example, I'd probably never do this because Xenos scum. I could go to a Eldar guild and say, hey Eldar, when we're on this map together, let's team up and go after the Orcs and Chaos, and then we can settle it at the said point. And they can get, okay, then that's cool. You know, it starts bringing all the politics that we were promised for warlords and, you know, teaming up at the start, which we were promised ages and ages ago, which I think could then be left in our hands, and it can then change the actual dynamics of the map. And not only that, you know, it doesn't have to be King of the Hill. You can do any kind of game modes. Think of something like, right, there is a point. There is a point in the middle of the map, okay? It has a cap time of, say, 5 minutes, so you have to defend the point for 5 minutes or something stupid like that, maybe 10 minutes, something like that. And maybe it's in a bunker, okay? So you have to get all your team in this bunker. So 4 factions are fighting just to get into this bunker. And if you successfully take the bunker, then maybe something like an exterminatus is called down on the map, and at the end of the map you can see like all rockets and stuff dropping down and exploding, and everyone who's outside of the bunker instantly dies, and you win because you're inside of the bunker with your team. You know, all these kind of game modes and stuff could really work, bringing all the factions together in a map. And I know the devs have been speaking about increasing the player size as well, so you know, we can maybe get even more people into these matches, and again that adds to the sense of greater warfare, greater combat, this epic kind of scale of war which we've all been boasting about since the game was first shown to us. So you know, all this kind of stuff can actually add to that dynamic. Now, another thing I want to speak about adding to the maps and getting people into games and stuff. Obviously, we have these game modes where it's 30 versus 30, like I said, 15 versus 15 versus 15 versus 15. But I think one of the main problems is, for me now, is that the maps seem to end too fast. You know, it's all about capping points and it's all about the time. Why not do something where it's resource based? I don't know if anyone ever played World of Warcraft right at the start, but there was a PvP map called Ultric Valley. Now, Ultric Valley back in the day was probably one of the greatest PvP experiences I've ever had in an MMO. I remember waking up on a school day, so I used to wake up at like 6 AM, I had no life still. I used to wake up about 6 AM, play Ultric Valley till about 8:30, get ready and go to school. I used to do all my studies in school. I used to come back home, and then that same map was still going on. That same battle was still going on because the longevity of the PvP. You know, the battle of resources and outposts on the same map. It was a constantly back and forth map. It wasn't just over in 10 minutes. And I think EC can look at this and learn from it. You know, all it takes now is a bigger map. Just one big map. I'm not on about PlanetSide 2-esque big. You know, something smaller. And just have it where, you know, the flow of battle can change. You know, it is that constant back and forth. Again, you can have this with 2 factions or with 4 factions. Now we've actually saw it now in game where the latest patch brought in where you can join in on a match. So why not have it these big games which can last for 4 to, like, let's say 12 hours. You know, these big long haul matches. People can just come in, jump in and out of them. You know, you don't have to stay there for the full 12 hours of the match. You know, for example, I can coordinate with a PG, Mad Nomads, Ultra, the VI guys. Okay, guys, we'll come in and we will fight from 7 AM to 12 AM. Okay, if you guys want to take over your squad from 1 PM to 3 PM, you know, stuff like that. That makes me then get involved with other chapters, because at the moment I want to team up with other chapters, but there's no point. There really is no point in teaming up with other people, bar just having a laugh. You know, there's no strategic element for me to go out there and say, okay, guys, if you attack this, we'll attack this. There's really nothing out there, and I know campaigns are coming out next week, so hopefully that will bring another element to it, but I'm not too sure. So, like I said, the join function now is part of the patch, so I can jump into a game, I can leave a game, I can go to another battle, I can pick who I choose against. Why not incorporate this now into a map system where it really means something? You know, you can really fight over the territory. It actually matters when you fight over that territory, because you are really in there for the long haul, instead of these short, slow matches where it's over in 5 to 10 minutes and then you're queuing for another 20 minutes and it's like you're banging your head against the wall. It gets me so frustrated. I want this game to be one of to be the best 40k game there is out in the market, because the game has a shell of greatness. It really does, and I know a lot of people don't agree. It really has a shell of greatness, but there's nothing in the core of it which is keeping it going, and it really upsets me, because it's there. The greatness is there. It just needs work. It really does need work. And I know they're bringing patches out and stuff like that, but my biggest fear is that by the time they get to where they want to be, are they gonna have the players there to play the content? Because at the moment, like, which is all this video is about, the players are simply not there, and it's only, in my opinion, it's only going to get worse. And I'm fearful, because I love this game. I do. I love this game, and I'm just so fearful. So yeah, those are my thoughts. If you guys have got anything else to add, if you agree, if you don't agree, if you've got any better ideas, post them in the comment section. Hopefully you'll share this video, and hopefully it will get towards the devs and stuff. I'm sorry if it's been a bit of a downer. Hopefully I didn't put you into a downer. I'm still optimistic. I'm going to do my State of the Crusade review around Christmas, probably New Year, to see what's changed and how the game is. So make sure to look out for that, because I promised I'd do that video once I did my release video, how the game was and stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. It is Monday. Have a nice week. Yeah, thanks for watching, chaps. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you. Bye bye.